guys, welcome back to another ranking video. Yes, I have watched all of the John Wick movies, number 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I have watched them all, and now we are ranking them from worst to best. Yes, here we go, ranking them from worst to best. Now, John Wick as a franchise, I haven't enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie, it's very overrated. I'm sorry to attack the fans of this film, but this type of genre doesn't interest me at all. It's very boring, watching a man just fight. I find it boring. But anyways, we will start with this ranking. In at 4th place, we have John Wick 1, or just John Wick, basically. I gave that a 3.5 star. Yeah, it came out in 2014. I thought it looked good. I gotta be honest, I thought it was a really good setup to what it could have been. I just thought that it was very, very regimented and choreographed in terms of like the fighting, which I felt like in all the films. I'm not gonna lie, I said that in all the reviews, that it felt very choreographed and very, you know, like you put the arm there and you wait for the next action, and then the actor was waiting for the next action, like WWE, you know. And that was my biggest criticism of this film. The plot was also really boring in this film. Basically, he was looking for this guy who killed his dog. Now the dog had some meaning, which I get that, and that was thing, but then they stole his car and he was like trying to find the car, and I'm just like, the plot of this film is basically he's going nuts. I get the dog, but how many people's got to die? Like, so many people had to die for just this one person to die. It was one of them. It was very unnecessary. You know, Keanu Reeves was good in this film, but you know, the budget of this was obviously a lot shorter. The film for me should have been a little bit longer. It was an hour and a half, so it was on the shorter side in my opinion. It should have been a bit longer. You know, I think it's 1 hour and 40, something like that. So it should have been a little bit longer, but that comes down to budget and stuff like that. But it's a good entry and a good start into the franchise. It did set up some things, but yeah, we didn't have enough backstory as well, was one of the things. I think for the first one we should have had a bit more dialogue rather than like the action. But yeah. Next then we go into number 3, and I actually gave all the remaining movies 4 stars. So it's very much just going to be whichever one entertained me the most. And for me, in 3rd place, I'm going to put John Wick Chapter 4. This is the newest one, and the reason I put this here is because I gave this a better score than the first one, and that is basically because it is done well. It looks fantastic. Obviously, it is going to be 9 years after the first one, so the budget is much bigger. There's more actors in there. The stunt work's got a lot better. The choreographed fights are a bit of a nuisance still, but you know, that's what these genre films are. They're not my cup of tea. They're not something I like to watch at all. But I have to appreciate good filmmaking when it's due. And in this film, it is good filmmaking. Music was good, action was good, everything like that. I didn't like the whole Asian type of martial artsness in the film, and the whole, like, you know, going to the family and then burning his arm. And there was a few things in the film where the first film was all about his house and like wanting his dog, and he was an assassin and just normal life, and then all of a sudden it just kind of gone throughout the franchise. I feel like it's getting more and more like fantasy, like, if you know what I mean, and like make believe, and like you can't really relate to it. You can't put it into this world. It just doesn't fit. It won't work. So I didn't like that about it. So yeah, that's in number 3. But I gave it a 4 star. So in number 2, I also gave that a 4 star. And that is going to be John Wick Chapter 2. Yeah, I enjoyed John Wick Chapter 2. I thought the plot of this was a lot better than the first one. There was a lot in this film that I did enjoy. He goes to Rome in this movie, and there's this really cool scene where he's like buying a gun and all that. And it reminds me very much like Red Dead Redemption and GTA games, where you go and buy like your outfits. And he had this suit which had like this armor piercing like lining inside the suit and all that. And I really enjoyed the Chapter 2. It definitely, you know, it was a perfect length of runtime for me as well, like at 2 hours long. And I just thought like the whole look of the film was great. I thought everything just kind of seamlessly just worked for me. I just really enjoyed it. The cinematography I thought was fab in that one as well. Like there were some perfect scenes in that movie, and yeah, ultimately really enjoyed the film. Nothing more really to say. I thought it was the best so far, you know what I mean? Yeah. Of course then, now in number 1, I also gave 4 star to Chapter 3 Parabellum. This is the only one that actually has a title like that. Like all the others are just John Wick Chapter 2, Chapter 3 Parabellum, and then John Wick Chapter 4. Yeah, I gave this is my favourite one of them all. Very, very close though between numbers 1 and 2. I'm not going to lie, Chapter 4 for me won't be my favourite one just because of the runtime. Whereas John Wick Chapter 3 came in at just over 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that for me is a perfect runtime for this film. The look of the film was great. There was the scene with the horse riding down the street, that was fantastic. There was like some really good like martial arts scenes and stuff like that, but the martial arts stuff was kind of just being introduced in this film, it felt like, whereas in the fourth one it kind of dominated the entire plot and I really didn't like it. So, you know, there was swings and roundabouts between it. There was a lot of good like plot points in the third one, I thought, like big milestones in the movie that actually mattered to the overall plot. And I just thought, like, you know, number 3 just entertained me the most, really. Good runtime, really nice to look at movie as well. I watched it in my cinema room, so I had my like Dolby Vision on the TV, and like it was really good to test out the speakers and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'd say John Wick 3 is my favourite John Wick of all 4. So there it is. There is my ranking of John Wick. Overall, the franchise, I'm not sure. Like, for me, it's very overrated. I think they're one-time watches for me. They're not movies that I would definitely run back to. I have decided, like I was saying in some of the videos, that I'd probably sell my collection of John Wick movies, but I'm not going to because they actually look fantastic. So especially the third one, like I definitely want to keep that around to, like, you know, test out on TVs and stuff, and, you know, one day maybe I'll just chuck the third one on, but I can't see me ever watching 1, 2 and 3 in tandem again. I may just watch them here or there. You know, I don't really need to know that. And I feel like number 4 is going to look fantastic as well, like in the cinema. I think one thing about these films is they are an OLED TV's dream, because they are just black. Like throughout the films, it is so dark all the way through it, and for an OLED TV owner, they're just going to look fantastic. So now that I've watched them in here, they are definitely the type of thing you can put on if you're like hungover or something on the settee. You know, you just want something easy to watch, and they are easy to watch in that sense when you don't really need to pay attention to the story. When you want to pay attention to the story, but then you've got like really long action sequences in between, I find that quite hard to get into. But yeah, John Wick, okay overall. If I was going to rate the franchise, I probably would just give it like a 3.5, 3 star. Very average. Will we get a chapter 5? I think we do. On Letterboxd it does say chapter 5, so we'll have to see if we do. And of course we'll review it on the channel. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. If you have missed all the in-depth reviews, please go back and watch those there. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on John Wick. Have I upset a few people? I hope I haven't. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.